What's up? It's the one HODLs. We back in here with another video. Back outside. It is Monday. What's the date? I don't even know anymore. What's it? The 12th, 13th? 13th. It's got to be. So I want to check in with y'all, and I'm gonna talk like this. I like talking like this. So just working, and I hope you're working too, because when you work, you get to convert some of that energy and some of that time that you were wasting on your 9 to 5 and store it into a hard, scarce, desirable asset. A network that's secure, immutable, censorship resistant. And I don't know if you catch a wind to the environment of the world, but you're going to want something immutable and censorship resistant, especially pseudo-anonymous. So you know, depending on how you move, you have the option to remain somewhat anonymous, right? Pseudo-anonymous. And if you want to improve the chances of that happening, you probably want to go acquire Bitcoin on a peer-to-peer decentralized exchange such as HODL.com. I've been talking about HODL for 12 months. If you want to use that as a way to diversify your Bitcoin holdings from, you know, your stack of that you acquire from Cash App, Strike, Swan, wherever you get your Bitcoin from, Coinbase, you may want to hold some. Maybe a good idea to hold some that's just a simple trade between you and another person. HODL.com, that link's down in the description. All you gotta do is just sign up, start trading, start acquiring some. So I want to talk about the regulatory environment. I've been very strict in my message about the regulatory environment in the cryptocurrency market. It really, and for one, I was just like a lot of other people who were altcoiners who undermined it. I neglected it. I played it off as something like they can't control cryptocurrency. They can't control. The globe is involved. All these types of rhetoric. Until I started understanding the technology even more and understood what the I started understanding the opposition more. And the opposition is central authority. And so this is why Bitcoin was created initially, to be something that could not be centrally controlled. And so that's the premise of it. I'm not going to get into everything about Bitcoin, but I'm just going to get into the simple context clues and deductive reasoning that a lot of people who are in crypto have not managed to understand, critically think through. And so I just wanted to give you the simple notion that the opposition is central authority, and now everyone is starting to see that as the SEC and the US regulators are clamping down on the market, except for Bitcoin, obviously, for obvious reasons. And it all started coming to the realization for me really in 2020, but there was this, of course, this dumb money retail run-up that happened in 2020, 2021 that, I'll be honest, I was caught off guard on, but you know, but the market fully started shifting in the bear of 2021, 2022. And I think the catalyst was the FTX, the Super Bowl commercials, Kronos chain, crypto.com arena. All these things were happening at once, and it was a lot of crypto companies that were being promoted and not Bitcoin in any of those commercials. And I thought that was odd in the beginning, until I started realizing what was happening when there was a collapse of these cross-collateralized protocols, these third-party custodians, which all led from certain altcoins that had central control. It all came down to central control. And and the foundations. So now that, I think, and I knew that was going to highlight a light on anything that had a central controlled body of developers, a foundation, anything that had a centralized entity that was able to distort their protocol, distort their network, and issue coins. I knew that it was just common sense. And one that was hard for people to wrap their heads around was Ethereum. And I caught a lot of slack from a lot of people when I did disclose that I believe Ethereum, if they're going to tighten up, because you gotta understand the SEC isn't really acting alone, they're acting on behalf of the US government. The US government wants to reach in every market and make sure that they're collecting as much taxes as possible. Maybe also to, from what they say, to protect the investor, right? Which is important because people have lost millions, billions of dollars in DeFi protocols being hacked, and cross-collateralized DeFi tokens that have collapsed, yield farming collapses, and so forth, right? And it's been happening. It wasn't just happening in 2021 and 22. It was happening in 2018, 17. ICO bubbles. People have lost money. I've lost a lot of money participating in these markets before, in those in those corners of the crypto market. And I think people would be very disingenuous to say that there should not be some type of regulation in the market that fits a frame that already exists to protect the lay person, who is typically the sheep that comes in and gets slaughtered in these markets by cunning central issuers and influencers who are in on it, because the central issuers usually pay the influencers to reel in the sheep, the blood. And so I think that it's only, and what these people don't realize, is only hurting the market. They believe the SEC is hurting the market. I believe that the non-disclosure or the lack of regulation is hurting the market even more, as more people get slaughtered in the bear markets due to washout of scams or hacks, which repels more people and makes them believe that the market is more of a scam. And it only makes it look more illegitimate when people cry out that tokens like Ethereum would them having to go and register as a security would hurt the market and take back innovation. It just sounds, and I don't think people realize it when they're in the market, that from the outside, and from an objective standpoint of view, it looks sketchy and it looks suspicious to add on to it. So you got to, and this is the thing that people in the market don't understand, the market, crypto market. So now you have investment companies or funds like ARK Investments by Kathy Woods and 21 Shares, and these people who are applying, these companies applying for these Ethereum spot ETFs, that are now saying that they revised their filings and they're removing staking. I said staking was the fact that Ethereum moved from proof of work to proof of stake is what broke the camel's back. It was already questioned from its inception due to its ICO, its crowd raising, and the way that it initiate raising money to issue out coins to people expecting return, which is well documented, which the SEC, Gary Gensler, stated that they believe that it was a unregistered security since 2018. It's on record. But the switch to proof of stake, I believe, has sealed its labeling as a security that needs to be registered. And the cry out and the fight and kicking and screaming over that is very odd, because why can't they simply just register security so they can go ahead and have spot ETFs, which is being held off now. So they can go ahead and have staking and have these things where everybody can participate and know what's going on behind the scenes. This is a legit question. Other than that, if that's an issue, there's really no reason to have a token affixed to a platform that can create applications, simply just create applications and JPEGs. I said this, and I mean, I don't feel bad for people who are holding on to it at this point. I think a lot of people are too far in. We're seeing Ethereum actually been in a 2-year downtrend against Bitcoin, and I think it will continue to go there until it reaches zero, as the pressure is on Ethereum with the burden of proof to say that they're not a security, which I don't think they'll win. And at that point on, they'll just need to register. And how will it affect the market if that happens? Everything will collapse against Bitcoin, or collapse into Bitcoin, as I predicted about a year ago. So anyway, this is well over 10. Just want to share that with you guys. I'm out. Till next time.